for word. I want to take America all the way. But to be realistic, I think Belgium has the better penalty takers, so they're on their way to the next round. Spain versus Belgium, not if this was USA, would eliminate here, knowing that that was just the outcome. America lost to good tier one European sides in the summer badly in the second halves. And if USA can't win, then Belgium goes out here. 3-2 Spain, Japan, and Brazil. And hey, I would love to say the Japanese side is looking top, a tie to the Netherlands. Good record. They're going to make a longer run, and Price, that blue lock was right all along, creating the best players based on ego. Wait, hold on a second. This isn't manga. Sorry, Japan, you lose 3-1 to the Giants of Brazil. Next is Ivory Coast and Norway, and this is a head scratcher for me. Ivory Coast looked good in win against Ecuador and defeat to Germany, but Norway is just the better team. I am a Man City fan, so Holland is the greatest of all time. But I think Ivory has a chance. It would be boring if I picked the favorites every match, so I'm going with the upset Ivory Coast 1-1 win on penalties. If it was Norway and Brazil in the next round, I might give it to Norway, just because Holland is so good and Brazil hasn't clutched in last few World Cups. But Ivory Coast is not winning here. Brazil win 2-0. Mexico versus Ecuador. The Incas are going north to fight the great Aztecs. The viceroy of Spanish America is breaking up to wage war with each other. I have nothing really in particular for this match. I don't think Ecuador is too good away from home. Mexico are the favorites. Pretty simple 2-0 Mexico. England against the Congo, and this is a joke. The British colonists ruled over everyone in their rule over their former colony once again. No, wait. Congo was Belgian. Whatever. I'm making a reference here. You guys get it? England has no problem with anyone in the group stage. Well, that's not true. Good fight by Panama in the first half, and Ghana make trouble. But England isn't losing to a side that could barely hold against Uzbekistan. Congo did impress against Portugal, but Portugal wasn't in the last Euro finals. England was 3-0. England versus Mexico on the next round. And this is where the last host nation falls. Mexico is good and in their home continent are unstoppable. But England redefines what's possible. No one is up to bar against the Harry Kane. 2-1. Good defense, I expect. England versus Brazil. Who wins? It's so hard. But Brazil hasn't been playing near England's level this tournament. They did have harder opponents like Morocco, but Croatia was a good side to spank. I think this goes 3-2, and England is just too good. Their defense holds up like against the checkered ones. Argentina versus Cabo Verde. Look, I thought of the possibility that Cabo could hold them down to a 0-0 score sheet and force penalties, and super goalie Valinja would take Cabo Verde to the next round. But the fact is, he isn't a super goalie. A good offense from Uruguay put them down twice goals, even if one was a penalty. They're not going to hold Argentina, and they have no offense. 2-0 Argentina. Now it's Australia versus Egypt. Two sides of the opposite world, the heart of the Middle East and ancient world, besides Jerusalem and ancient Greeks, versus the Aussie for a match to decide who'll lose to Messi. This is a tough one. Egypt did top their group, but I didn't think they are leagues away from Australia. This is going to be the toughest game, one of the tournament. But I like stories where the lower place team wins. So despite Egypt not showing any real weakness this tournament, they lose 1-1 in penalties. Argentina crushes Australia in round of 16. I'll say 2-1, maybe a late game goal by the Aussies. Swiss versus Algeria, and I would love for an Arab side to do really well. Jordan and Iraq really blew it big time, and Swiss did struggle in the tournament. I can see it, but I just can't predict this one that doesn't go to the Swiss. 2-1. Ghana versus Colombia, and I'm not spending much time here. Ghana only looked partially good defending against England. They're not up to test with Colombia, the kings of South America. Kings of what? Not exactly soccer, but they're pretty good at that too. Colombia 4-1, just so I can have a higher goal count. I'm shooting to low for most of these, the Swiss and Colombia, and this is so hard. Two good sides from opposite continents that don't usually play each other. The Swiss is a good second to third tier European team, and Colombia is the best South American squad after the two favorite. It's going to be 1-1 down to penalties, but I think Colombia has the better goalie and scorers. Argentina faces Colombia, and this is simple. One side is the best, is South America. The other is like 3 spots below them. Argentina 3-2 win, final four time try, and Argentina now faces England. Now, this is the top match people are waiting for. Messi's last run will come to an end against Harry Kane. There's no betting against this England side. I think it will go to penalties after a 2-2 draw, but I did think Messi's team can take it on penalties. I just don't think England is missing any shots. England advances. The other Final Four game I have is Morocco and Spain, a battle between the next host nations, a battle between Caliphate trying to take over good Christian Spain and being fought back to the other side for 700 years. This is a war. This is the match if the tournament. And Spain are the favorites, and favorites usually win. It's the most logical assumption any man can make. Spain is just the better team, but I'm taking a big swerve and saying the first African nation to ever reach a World Cup finals in happening this goddamn year. Morocco up 3-3 penalties. Screw Spain, screw Lamine Yamal. They got nothing on these Arabs. Now we could have been having a final two rematch of the last Euro championship between Spain and England, and it would make the best two teams in the best continent would go as far in the World Cup, but this time I got the colonizers, the kings and queens, the founders of soccer England versus the greatest African nation to ever play in a World Cup, Morocco. Roll the tape back to 1908 and call the Germans because they need to intervene in this Moroccan crisis. I've predicted England would beat so many good South American sides, and Mexico, even though that's not South. Morocco will be facing so many top European sides that England has already beaten in the Euros. Who wins the World Cup? England for their second time. No hand of God will save them. Only Harry Kane and his ragtag team of Bellingham and the rest. 3-2 final score. Go me. I predicted it all, baby. But I'm done. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I'm correct. If not, God bless America, but they're going all the way. A Croatia 2, America versus Croatia finals. Even though they can only realistically meet in the quarterfinals, America could reach Final Four, if I'm wrong about them, and lose to Morocco. But I'm done. Goodbye, y'all.